guys, Jasmine here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, a special hello, yawe, and hola to you. So today I just wanted to kind of address a question that someone had asked me about kind of how I started traveling and how I can do what I do, I guess, as a Marshallese, specifically like Pacific Islander kid traveling, I guess. And I should probably have the question, shouldn't I? Pull that up right now. Well, the person that gave me the question was Christina Marcelo, so shout out to you, Christina. So I'll just read her comment so that we could kind of get it, you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So she said, Yawe ligado, I'm half Rumajo and half Palawan. I just graduated, now enrolled in college, and I'm really interested in traveling. Like most Islander parents, my parents believe school and a job right after is the way to go to having a better life, and they're not wrong, but I do feel like with different cultures, peoples, and understandings, they're not wrong, but I feel with different cultures, people, and understanding what I want to do exactly will help me be confident with my choice for the future. LOL, sorry for the description. You good, girl. Anyway, therefore, I was wondering if you can do a vlog on how you got to travel, your traveling journey and experience. So I guess this isn't really a vlog, it's kind of like a Q&A thing. And a lot of people have kind of asked me this, so I'm glad I get to address it. So actually, I get to travel because of school, and most of the traveling that I've done is through school and through my education. The first time that I ever traveled on my own was in the year before my senior year in high school, and I went to Princeton in New Jersey for a summer program, the Junior Statesmen of America. So yeah, that was the first time that I was away from home by myself. And I had traveled a lot throughout my life before then with my family, mostly throughout the US, throughout the islands as well with my grandparents. But yeah, 11th grade was the first time that I was on my own. And we stayed in a college dorm over the summer, kind of to get the college experience, take one college course and get to like talk to and be around kids our age, kind of like how college would be for the summer. And it was an amazing experience. We went to New York, went to the UN and NYU. We got to hear some speakers. I got a great life experience from that, and I was terrified at first, but it was definitely a great first step to being able to be on my own and not be afraid and know that I can do it, kind of thing. So after that, my next trip was with my class. We went to Pohnpei, so shout out to my Pohnpeians out there. Yeah, we went there for our senior trip, and it was amazing. We were there for 10 days, and it was so much fun. And then my next trip, so I went to university in North Carolina, Wingate, and I got my bachelor's from there. So that was my next trip. Wingate does this thing called Winter National. So every junior gets to go to a country of that they had chosen the year before. So you take a class for that semester, and then you get to go and kind of experience what you learned about in the class. And my class was on Spain, and so we went to Barcelona and Madrid, and it was on art and architecture, which was so much fun. One of my most favorite experiences. Barcelona is one of my most favorite cities in the world right now. One of my favorite places that I've ever been, hands down. And I definitely want to see more of Europe because it's so beautiful and it's such a rich old culture. Like, I'm a history buff and I just love old architecture. Why is that such a hard word? I love architecture in general. And I just love historic architecture specifically. So Greece is definitely, on my list to go next. But I don't know if I'm really answering this question. I'm kind of just sharing my journey so far with you guys. But as you can see, everything I experienced to this point, all my traveling has been done through school. And then my most recent adventure, as many of you know, hopefully, if you're new here, then I have been in Australia for the past year and a half doing my law degree. So everything that I've made a way for me to travel, and that way is through my education. But there's heaps of ways that you can try to travel. I know I've met a lot of backpackers, especially in Australia. So in Australia, I feel like there's a big travel culture. So almost everyone you meet travels, and it's so great because then they kind of share with you their tips on how they save, how they prioritize so that they can be able to make these trips. And I met this one backpacker who's been traveling for 5 years, and he just teaches in different countries that he stays in for a few months, and like mostly teaching English and stuff like that. So I know that's a big way that people travel. So if you don't want to study, if that's not a route for you, because education has always been a big part of my life and my family's life, and it's been important to us. So that's just the path that I chose to be able to travel. But if that's not for you, then you can try teaching English in a different country, and you can pick a country that there's heaps of countries around it, because Australia was great for that. Going to Australia, I was able to travel to New Zealand, see the North Island, and I have to go back to see the South Island, I've been to different cities in Australia. Melbourne, I've been there twice because I love it so much, and a weekend there is just not enough. Been to Yamba, Sydney, Byron Bay, I need to go to Noosa, but anyway. So, and having friends that love to travel as well and make it a priority is really helpful too, because it's really hard. I had wanted to travel even in the States, but it's really hard when that's kind of more you focus on it and you prioritize it, and your friends don't, which is fine. But if you surround yourself with other people that want to travel, it makes it a lot easier as well. But New Zealand was a solo trip for me. It was my first solo trip, and I loved it so much because then you get to meet the other travelers. A lot of other people travel solo as well, and then you share your journey, and you get different perspectives. And like Christina was saying, she wanted to experience different cultures and people and things like that in order to know what she wants to do. And I totally agree with that, because it is what traveling has, and being on my own has been what has made me decide on my own that I want to come back to the Marshall Islands and work and help with different areas. And traveling is what has made me realize where my passion is. So instead of just staying and starting work right after I finish my bachelor's, that extra time in a different country has really helped. So I definitely think that, Christina, that you should try to travel, and if you can travel teaching English, that's a great way to do it. Or teaching something that you're really good at in school, teaching it to elementary schools in the countries that you want to go to. I have a friend that is teaching English in, I believe it's Madrid or Barcelona right now, and she's been there for a year and she loves it. And she was just doing that before she goes to law school, I believe. So there's so many ways that people can travel. You don't need so much money to be able to travel. You just need to prioritize it and really put in the work for it. Like, going to Australia wasn't just I'm going to Australia and it happens. There was so much planning, and it was 2 years in the making before I knew that I was gonna for sure go to Australia. So traveling isn't just something you do on a whim. I mean, little trips, of course, spontaneous little trips are a must, but big trips that you want to do are not always easy, and they do take dedication and discipline and really wanting it. So I guess that would be my advice for that. And I don't know if it was helpful, because I did use education as my way to be able to travel, but like I said, there's so many ways that you can find to be able to travel. And yeah, I hope that answered your question, Christina, and I hope it helped other people as well that maybe are curious about this. If there's anything you guys want me to clarify or any other questions that you have regarding travel or school or anything else, then feel free to leave a comment down below and I will try to compile the questions, and even DM me on Instagram. My Instagram will be right here, and I will try to compile all the questions and make another follow-up video if you guys want me to. And I just hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my experience so far in my life. I would not change my experiences for the world, and the way that I was able to travel, because it definitely taught me something than just being able to do it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope to see you next time. Bye.